talking to a legislator about developing a new piece of legislation. It is really about a response to needs that you see every day. It's about developing those relationships and that trust so that together we can come up with change.
I think we also operate in a very small community. A lot of the people who live here, their families have lived here for generations. And part of how you survive in a small town is by not ticking off your neighbor, right? Or not making ripples. And so there's a little bit of an assumption that, well, if we get too crazy with this advocacy stuff, people are going to be mad at us, right? But if you focus on the problem, if you focus on the thing that you're worried about or upset about, if you focus on the story of somebody's need, it's hard to disagree with that. It's hard, you have to come together around that person's story to help things get better.
For me, advocacy is meeting with the members of generations and identifying their needs, representing their needs to others. Oftentimes individuals just think this is the way it is, and it's not. It doesn't have to be that way.
Here for a bunch of years, and part of that has been connected with the collaborative. There's always been an advocacy committee where people would, make appointments and go visit with legislators and so forth. And I studiously avoided any effort at all to join those committees because I thought the last thing I feel like doing is talking to a politician. And it has really changed for me to the point where, like now, I look forward to that. Part of that is getting to know our representatives as people and knowing some of their stories and sharing some of our stories and connecting with them individually on behalf of other people whose stories we have heard. So it becomes less a matter of politicking or even thinking of it as in the political realm, but more a matter of saying, I want to tell you about a person that we care for at generations who's had this experience. And maybe they've been hurt by a policy decision, and you should know that. Or maybe they've been helped by a policy decision, and you should know that, and you should be thanked for that. One of our reps was just recently honored for the amount of legislation that he has introduced, which is just a phenomenal amount of legislation. And so I emailed him and I said, hey, I saw this in the news. Good for you. This is why we love working with you. Just recognizing and thanking the people who are helping us. Those relationships with those people have made it less of an onerous task to connect with them and more of a really comfortable thing to be able to pick up the phone and say, hey, can we talk to you about the concern we have?
Generations has its ear out for listening more and knowing more about the pulse of what is really happening as people are aging, and where those pressure points are and where those needs are and how we can respond. So this is an exciting new chapter.